discussing how America is pretty much shit. That's right. It's pretty much a turd waiting to be flushed down the bowl. It's doo-doo. It's caca. Poop. But it's not like I had to tell you that, because I'm pretty sure you already know this. Everyone is hoping 2021 will be a better year than 2020, but it seems like, smells like, feels like we are entering a new decade, at the very least, a new decade of pure shit again. Redundant, yes. Well, how about we say a decade of sliding into the bowels of nonsense? Yes, I like that one. We'll go with that one. The bowels of nonsense. While an inept danced in the streets because an incompetent got pushed out of the White House, yay, the CEO of racism is fired. Yeah, yay. They fail to realize no help is on the way, just platitudes and girl bosses of varying skin tones carrying on the corruption. A rainbow of corruption, mind you. This time with a D next to their name, so it must make everything better, even though it doesn't. Alright, so there's going to be some hard to swallow data for some coming down the pipe. Just hold on. I don't know, if you're in the car right now, grab the oh shit bar. If you're at home, strap yourself into your couch or your fucking chair. Or maybe a toilet. I don't know where you listen to this at, but yeah, just do that. Now, do you remember during the CARES Act, which pretty much gave $5 trillion unquestioned to the multinational corporations and the richest in the country back in April? Oh, and there goes the phone, because why would I put this shit on mute, right? I'm sorry about that. But yeah, back in April, you got to remember. You got to remember. You also got to remember how there was supposed to be money to keep small businesses afloat. But, sir, all the mega corporations sucked it up. Majority of that money never made it to small businesses at all. Hell, people still haven't even received the $1,200 stimulus checks or even gotten their unemployment. Still, you still have people actually unemployed and are still getting denied anything. Yes. Now, according to Market Watch, which got data from Yelp, the pretentious Yelp reviewers, but they got data from Yelp, more than 160,000 businesses listed on their online directory have indicated that they closed since the onset of the pandemic early March, I should say, through August 31st. 60% of those businesses are permanently closing and or are closed. And just so you know, restaurants account for the greatest number of permanent closures. Where the fuck are you gonna get your food from then, other than fast food chains? And when you don't feel like eating fast food, well, I guess you gotta go to another chain restaurant to get some more chain food. But I digress. And I know, I hear you. I hear you in your mind. I'm sure you're saying right now, but what about the PPP? What about the PPP? There was a PPP. The P and the P. Well, majority of that money went to big corporations, and your elected empty suits did fuck all about it. For example, and this is coming from ProPublica, Vibra Healthcare. Repeat it again just so it's in your head. Vibra Healthcare, a chain of hospitals lined up for free government money, since the loans are forgivable, to eat up that money that was meant for small businesses. Shit, even maybe in smaller hospitals as well. Vibra has an annual revenue of $1 billion. Yes, $1 billion. They didn't need that fucking money. Despite that, it made itself seem small. Vibra's corporate address is in PA, along with 26 other LLCs. 23 of them are from the same bank. And $1 billion of annual revenue. Now, yeah, think, you have an annual revenue of $1 billion, right? And we know the healthcare system in this country sucks. They cut corners, hospital beds get shut, they get cut, removed, all kinds of crazy shit just for profit, because of most hospitals, the majority of the hospitals are ran by boards of fucking money hungry hedge fund dickheads, not by actual people. So, you have a $1 billion revenue. How the fuck can you how in the fuck can you survive? Maybe, say the hospital is chain of hospitals, had to shut down for 2 months. You have $1 billion, you have an annual revenue of $1 billion. Regular people always get told they supposed to magically save from their shitty paying jobs, have a 6 months worth of savings, right? Because fuck actual real life. Just supposed to magically save for, have 6 months of savings. Mind you, it might take you like 5 years to amass a mere 6 months of savings. Shit might take us 10, a whole fucking decade. But these motherfuckers here, all of a sudden they can't, their annual revenue of $1 million. Please, sir, can I have a crumb that's supposed to go to the people that actually need it? Oh. Despite Vibra not needing any monies from the PPP, right? $1 billion in revenue. They were allowed to get $97 million. Almost $100 million, people. They were allowed to just, please, sir, may I have some more? And it's not even the tip of the iceberg when it comes to shit like that. But it's also not really hidden either. Imagine an iceberg in a puddle. You see the tip, but you can still see the whole iceberg because it's a shallow puddle. It's like puddle. It's not even a fucking pond. It's you spilling a glass of water on the floor and you see the whole iceberg. While you have Titanic size rocks of ice, Titanic destroying size rocks of ice floating around out there. Too many people are worrying about the dog and pony show that is left versus right. On November 25th, weekly job loss claims went up for the second week in a row. November 25th. Went up a second week in a row to 778,000. Which is a lot more than 733,000 experts claimed they were expecting. Remember those numbers were reported on the 25th, right? On December 3rd, from 25 to the next month, right? December 3rd, the number went down to 712,000, which in all honesty isn't much at all. Hell, the numbers are still above the record of 695,000 claims that happened in 1982, which we all know if we can count. Can you count? You could count to like potato and pony, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, meow. There you go. But in the before times, right? 1982, the before times. Just to let you know, anything before 2020 is the before times. A week prior to December 3rd, another 288,701 people filed for PUA, Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, I believe that stands for, which will stop on December 26th. Not even the 31st, not even the last day of December. No, they cutting that shit a few days early. Like, for those of you that are like, the fuck did I just pull these numbers from? Fuck he pulled these numbers from? His asshole, right? Well, not exactly. The numbers were reported by Forbes magazine, or Forbes online magazine, right? 2 articles by Sarah Hansen, Forbes, and an actual person who reports on this stuff. Those where the numbers come from. Google it. It's not that hard to find it. And with numbers like that, what are the elected empty suits doing? You might wonder if you're not asking. You should always be asking questions. Well, they're doing fuck all, nothing, bupkis, zilch, nada, nine. That's what they're doing. We know Mitch, the bitch-ass Turtle McConnell, is part of the reason why no help is coming. Also, people love to bring up but Mitch. We know he's a Republican. When haven't the Republicans been shit on helping people? When haven't the Republicans been wanting to get things for their rich friends, which is why they were fine with the CARES Act, because it was one of the largest transfers of wealth upward from the average person to the fucking, millionaires, billionaires, mega corporate, the CEOs and shit that don't really do anything or produce anything for society. They just happen to fall in that spot, right? They kind of just, most of them won what kind of lottery call it? Like the genetic lottery. Was born with silver spoons up their fucking assholes. But yeah, it's another conversation, right? But yes, we know the Republicans will Republican. And a lot of people, again, caught up in the dog and pony show, that is the left versus right. Oh, the Democrats must be. No. Yertle the turtle isn't the only one to blame. Nancy, my $12,000 fridge and $12 ice cream Pelosi is also to blame on why you're getting fucked. For every year Nancy was Speaker of the House, you must know or remember if you kind of, followed it. The Democrats pretty much fell into shit. They've got nothing. But they've used that excuse of being ineffective, spineless assholes. Like, oh, well, we can't get anything done because Republicans exist. But when anytime the Dems actually have any inkling of control or quote-unquote leverage, right? Because they always claim they have nothing. They do nothing with it. Nothing gets done. Nothing. Nothing for the people. Unless it includes corporations, nothing fucking gets done. But they can do is always vote for a bigger military budget. What they can do is always magically fucking help vote yes on bills and shit that came from lobbyists to give rich people more money. So, yes, Mitch the bitch has weight on this blame train. He has a seat. He punched his fucking ticket. He's sitting his ass right the fuck on it. And the Democrats, especially the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, and her fucking hand puppet, Chuck Schumer, right along with Mitch. So, while people like Tom Brady with his Alex Jones style brain supplements, that TB12 bullshit, they just rip off somebody else's fucking ginseng pills and add bull's fucking semen to it. Like, yeah, it's gonna do so much other than and a tons of fucking caffeine. It's gonna give you the shakes and the shits, but use it when you're working out and you'll feel great. You'll be just like me in no time, even though you won't. Why? Because Tom Brady gets $960,000 for no legitimate reason and buys a fucking yacht. Yes. While you get nothing. Here's another kicker reporting from Feeding America, right? The largest hunger relief organization in the U.S. And again, Tom Brady, fuck him. He didn't need to apply for any loans because he has he's making $50 million for losing and winning some on the Buccaneers, the Tampa Bay Bucks, right? He's getting $50 million on top of the money he's already amassed on the Patriots. There's no reason that he needed to get $960,000 because obviously this motherfucker spent it on a yacht. So that's just more quote-unquote relief money that's supposed to be going to people like you and the small business around wherever, the bar, the restaurant, maybe even the fucking bodega, the convenience store, maybe the Indian mall, whatever the fuck you call it. Regular people, you got bills to pay, maybe 1 or 2 mouths to fucking feed, maybe a car note, and your hours got cut and shit because, the pandemic. And this motherfucker buys a yacht. Goddamn. But anyway, reporting from Feeding America, the largest hunger relief organization in the United States, they estimate that 17 million people in the country could become food insecure due to the pandemic. Taking that already ridiculous amount, 17 million people is a lot of fucking people in supposedly the richest country in the world. taking that amount to more than 54 million people. That number includes 18 million children. I know a lot of people want to think of themselves as caring about children. What about the kids? What about the children? Oh my God. But can you really say that you care about children in poverty, going hungry, amounting to millions in America, let alone any other country? Because if you did, you wouldn't keep justifying the lesser of two evils argument, which ultimately always leads to millions of children being fucked over by your mental gymnastics to support bullshit. Here's another morsel of information before we go. Here's a list of wages currently subsidized by governments around the fucking world. Japan, 100% for small businesses. 80% for large firms. Netherlands, up to 90% for every business structure. Norway, same as the Netherlands. Germany, up to 87%. France, up to 84%. UK, up to 80%. Canada, with its deliciously fake Canadian bacon. Or the fake bacon, which is fucking turkey and shit. But besides that, Canada, up to 75%. Last and very least, the United States at 0%. Zip, nada, nit, nine, nothing. You get fucking nothing, people. While you sit there and you, whether you on the left or the fucking right, you doing mental fucking backflips for people that's supposed to make sure you are able to fucking live. The government. Like, you pledge fealty, you pay taxes, you grew up saying to pledge fucking allegiance. You gotta, again, pay fucking taxes. You can't be a spy for another country. You can't expose, even if you're not an American, as we see in the Julian Assange case, which is very important because if you like actual journalism, you would hope Assange does not get extradited to America because they want to murder him for pretty much exposing their war crimes. That's if you even give a fuck about American war crimes, though. A lot of you fucking don't. Which I've also noticed. You don't give a shit about any kind of foreign policy, even though you should, especially if you plan to leave the fucking country, because that's also a perception of they see an American passport and how they think of you. And imagine that traveling to another country on top of being fucking black, traveling to another country. You think America's foreign fucking policy is really gonna fucking help your ass? No. But it would help that you're all for actual journalistic actions and exposing, bad things like corruption and the drone program killing more fucking citizens than actual terrorists that America has created, because they've always created their own fucking terrorists. But your apathy is part of the problem. And before you even say, but those other countries can, shut the fuck up for 1 minute before you start yelling or mumbling about inflation and all this. It doesn't fucking matter. If inflation mattered, right? Before you even mumble that dumb shit, the Fed would not have a deal to give the banks who don't help you. They charge you for putting your money into a bank. They play with your money on the stock market. And they'll say it's FDIC and should, because it's literally just numbers in the system. It's fiat fucking currency. They print it out of thin fucking air so they can, play the fucking derivatives game and lose and it's be fine and cause another financial crash, but you still got your $25 in your fucking bank account. Oh, they're also going to charge you, if you got a debit card, that's $1. Oh, you want to be able to log on to your account and just look at the numbers that you're losing or maybe adding on to. It's another $5. Are you in a wire money somewhere for no labor intensive action at all? It's gonna cost you some money just to fucking transfer, unless you're lucky and you have one of them places that won't charge you like wire transfer fees and shit. Oh, you want a check? You want checks? $25. That might actually be legitimate fucking cost. But don't tell me about inflation. It's bullshit. You have a country that literally at the drop of a dime will give tax breaks and money to banks and the wealthiest on a drop of a dime. Not in the millions, the trillions. And they keep printing money every fucking day. Every day. So much so, even the chairman of the Fed literally said in an interview, we should be handing money. We should be giving people money. We should be giving them money. And another thing about the dumbass argument on fucking inflation, the cost of everything has always risen. Because if inflation really was a worry, you know how back in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, where you can literally be a janitor and buy a alright car and have a small home and raise a couple kids. Well, that's not the case anymore. Because wages have stayed stagnant while everything has gone up. The price of school, the price of homes, renting a fucking place, the cars, everything has food. They're trading fucking water futures on the market now. On the commodities market, they're trading water futures. And you want to fucking come at me and say, all these other supposed, what we call first world countries, these nations can subsidize business structures and fucking employees at almost 100, all above 50%. But the richest country in the world can't do that? Don't tell me about the size of the fucking country. Because if that was the case, shouldn't Japan and the Netherlands and fucking Norway and Germany be underwater right now? Shouldn't they? The UK with this all this fucking Brexit shit? Canada with this, like all these provinces and mostly fucking, bare shit, woods, wasteland up there and coldness. Because they, it's not a heavy population up there. Shouldn't they be also underwater if size actually mattered in this situation? Did you know 14 million people lost their health care? Here, in this country. But when you go around the world, and supposed third world nations that we, motherfuckers like to call third world, nobody has lost their health care. Nobody. From the continent to all over, nobody has lost their health care. 14 million Americans in the richest country in the world. You can't keep claiming America's so great and is all this opportunity, because it's not. It's shit. It's a Gucci belt on a fucking hobo. It's name brand beans over a fire being heated up by a bum to eat. So, Japan, Netherlands, Norway, Germany, France, UK, Canada can all support their fucking citizens. The government can support their citizens, subsidizing while they're telling them, hey, you can't run this business right now because we're trying to flatten the curve. We're trying to get this shit under some kind of control. But America, he got motherfucker, oh, you can't just give people money. They're going to spend it on. I don't give a fuck what the people spending money on, because when that $600 extra dollars for with the people that were able to get unemployment and the PUA, that was literally floating the fucking economy. I don't care if they went out to buy shoes, if they went out to fucking buy gas, they went out to buy anything. They were able to pay their fucking bills. They were able to pay their rents. Oh, also, 19 million people are gonna get fucking evicted. Come like December 31st. So, anybody else around the world getting evicted? No, because other countries have and other nations have rent and mortgage moratorium, so you don't got the fucking the landlords and the part of the scum lords and the hedge fund companies that just buy up a bunch of fucking properties and thrusting prices of fucking basic closets they push as homes to live in through the fucking roof. If you do in America, other countries put a stop. Like, look, we don't need an army of homeless people, because we told people they can't fucking work and make money to pay their bills. So we put a stop on it at least, and we give them money to still keep the fucking economy going. still be able to pay their electric and their water and their gas and their fucking car notes and whatever debt that they have. But here, and suppose best thing that ever happened since the planet was formed. Oh, you have assholes coming to all kinds of fucking backward excuses. We can't do that. People don't know how to spend money. Unlike me, we can't do that. Inflation. Well, you flip burgers. You wait tables you don't deserve. Honestly, at the end of the day, fuck all you motherfuckers that think like that. And you get what you deserve. When the country finally just topples the fuck over, collapses in on itself, you get what you fucking deserve. It's sad that the decent people in the country is just caught in the crossfire. Because you stupid fuck support piece of shit politicians that don't do any fucking thing than your corporate fucking apologists and think you have the moral fucking high ground, or you know every fucking thing without even knowing anything. And, I'm at this point pretty much grabbing popcorn, laughing at you jackasses surviving so I can watch the show of this shit coming all the way the fuck down. Because it ain't gonna get any fucking better. It'd take the fucking fairy book tale Jesus to come back and just start bitch smacking every fucking body responsible for the horrible shit in this country for anything to actually get better. Because voting ain't gonna get you any goddamn thing. Your dementia man, the chairman of CEO of racism, just told you on the campaign trail, nothing will fundamentally change. He just yelled at a group of black activists. Pretty much put his nutsack on their forehead, as I saw somebody say on Facebook. And they had nothing to say back. They voted for it. Joe Biden ain't gonna do shit for any fucking body. It's gonna be the same corruption. Ooh, he has a woman. There's a transgender. There's a chick with a dick with the finger on the button, just in case shit get real. She gonna launch and destroy the planet with nukes. I can't fuck. Oh yeah. That's great. Everything's better now. I can go back to brunch. Yeah, you got a rainbow coalition of corruption, right? And while people are still starving in the streets. And I don't want to hear that. You gotta wait. No. You make demands. This is how politics works. You make demands of your politicians before and after they get in fucking office. You withhold support before and after. If they don't do anything, how else do you hold them accountable? I mean, you voted for them, so you should ask for something for your vote, because they make the whole voting shit. So you gotta vote. You gotta get something for your vote, right? So there's no wait till he's in office. Fuck you. People did that for 8 years with Obama. Oh, his second term. And his second term is worse than his fucking first. Drone bombing the fuck just handed off the keys to what was supposedly the most dangerous president in U.S. history, even though he wasn't any more dangerous than all the other admins. He was legitimately doing bad things because he had the legal authority to do it and the weight to do it. Bush lied us into a war. Well, not even us. Lied America into a war. Lied you into a war. Obama took them 2 wars to 7. Nobody said shit because he's a Democrat. Look at him. He's black and he sing Al Green, and he tells you to put on your marching shoes and slippers or whatever the fucking bullshit he said. And, now he's cool. He's the cool guy, and I got a memoir. Then he didn't stop the NDAA. He didn't cut the military budget. Instead of boots on the ground, he sent fucking video game planes, deadly video game planes, to go blow up fucking weddings of people you never met. And all of a sudden, an incompetent got in office because the other candidate was just as bad and as hated. An incompetent got in office, bumbling his way through with no real ideology. He just has an ego. That's Trump's ideology. He just got an ego, and he's an idiot. So, that's how he was able to fucking do the whole first step program or whatever for black people because the last person that got to his ear was another fucking celebrity, and he loves fucking celebrities. But yeah, don't come to me about inflation or any other dumbass fucking excuse as to why the richest nation in the world is gonna have 19 million homeless fucking people during the pandemic, and there's no help, nothing, and your master legislator got less. The incompetent said, "Give me write a bill directly to the people." Bitch called it crumbs. It's half a loaf. Go to Mitch McConnell. McConnell's giving you the part of the bread that nobody eat. Like, you know how like the very first slice and the very bottom slice. You get that shit to the birds, or you just throw it away. Like, nobody eats that. Nobody makes a sandwich out of that first and last slice of the loaf. The bitch got you the last slice of the loaf. Threw away the rest of the loaf. Threw away 99% of it. Here's the butt end of the bread. And I'm great. Vote for me, and then you have nobody opposing her at all. You just got to keep waiting. You can't force a vote for Medicare for all during the pandemic, because then what about then if it doesn't pass? Motherfucker. Other countries that has less of a GDP have better healthcare outcomes than the richest country in the world. And you want to say, oh, we can't expose we can't push a vote, it might fail. So tell me, do sports teams stop playing because they might not win? Like, does anybody stop? Do the Astros stop playing because they can't cheat? No, right? So you lose nothing by forcing a vote. Because don't give me that 2022 bullshit, because that's just you kicking the can down the road. Because then what happens is the midterms. The midterms are going to come, and the Dems once again will be wiped out because of lack of leadership from the supposed greatest, the most powerful speaker in the House and her fucking hand puppet, Chucky the Shoom. Yeah, you can force a vote. And even if it fails, you know what happens? You get on record. Those who opposed Medicare for all or any type of actual health care during a pandemic. Instead, they just want you to wait for a fucking vaccine that's already being kind of funky with the people coming up HIV positive. Might not have, but, they're getting the Magic Johnsons in their system and Bell's palsy and who knows what the fuck else, because this shit hasn't been thoroughly tested. At least I know what junk food gonna do to me. I know what drugs will do to me. Those things have been tested for years. People have been testing that shit for years. This warp speed bullshit, hey, good luck. You take it. You let me know how you feel in a couple months. All right.